Every review tells you what it does. Nobody tells you what it takes to actually get one. Every single Corvette ZR1X review you have watched follows the exact same formula: 1,250 horsepower, track records, hybrid supercar performance. What nobody is covering is the genuinely bizarre, often absurd reality of actually trying to buy one in America right now. This is a car with a $209,700 starting MSRP for the coupe and $219,555 for the convertible. And yet, buyers are routinely paying $150,000 to $250,000 over that sticker. Some dealers are advertising allocations at more than double MSRP with a straight face, and GM itself has resorted to secretly calling select dealers directly to bypass its own normal allocation process entirely. As of mid-2026, only roughly 250 to 300 production examples have been built, and GM has no plans to ramp up production specifically to protect that exclusivity. This is the review about what it actually takes to become one of those 300 owners, and it is a genuinely wild story. The allocation chaos. Even dealers don't know what's happening. According to enthusiast forums tracking the situation closely, there were 0 ZR1X allocations whatsoever during the entire November 2025 Corvette order cycle, leaving dealers and enthusiasts completely in the dark about when the wait would end. Then, bizarrely, GM was found to have bypassed its own normal allocation process entirely by reaching out to select dealers directly and quietly described by insiders as super secret allocations handed out without any public announcement, seemingly specifically to avoid being flooded with phone calls from dealers who did not receive one. One buyer on a Corvette forum described being called about a ZR1 while sitting on a wait list elsewhere for a ZR1X, only to be quoted MSRP plus $150,000 on the spot, with the dealer casually asking if he wanted to make a counteroffer. He said no and walked out. He called a second dealer in Texas who claimed to have a ZR1X allocation. Same story, $150,000 over sticker. This is not rare anecdote. This is apparently just how the ZR1X market currently works in America. The markup math. When $210,000 becomes $519,000. One widely circulated example showed a dealer or broker openly advertising a ZR1X allocation with a markup that would put the total price at $519,000 before tax, title, and tag, and before whatever paint protection film, grille guards, and accessory packages get bundled on top, which owners report is standard practice at these price points. Enthusiast commentators have been blunt about the math. As long as buyers are willing to pay it, the behavior will continue. Corvette forum members compare notes on their own accepted markups, like trading stories from a strange parallel universe. One buyer described being at $10,000 over MSRP for a standard ZR1, then agreeing to $25,000 over for the ZR1X on a completely separate allocation from the same dealer, treating the two as entirely different negotiations despite being the same fundamental car with different trim. GM's anti-flipping rules: buy one, sign a contract, or lose everything. Here is the detail almost no review covers. General Motors enforces a strict 12-month ownership retention policy specifically for the ZR1 and ZR1X, requiring buyers to sign a formal agreement at delivery, promising not to resell or transfer ownership within the first year. Break that agreement, and the warranty goes void entirely. And GM has reportedly barred people caught flipping cars from purchasing future Halo models altogether. And yet, it happens anyway. One documented case involved an owner who paid $260,000 for his ZR1X, then messaged a luxury dealer directly on TikTok within days of delivery to sell it back, trailering the car in with only 4 miles on the odometer. The dealer wired the money immediately and relisted it with a $140,000 markup on top. The original buyer's warranty is now void. The dealer does not appear to care. Many buyers of these low-mileage flipped examples reportedly do not care about the void warranty either. They simply want to skip the multi-year waitlist entirely. Why this is actually happening, and what it means for you. The uncomfortable truth commentators in the Corvette community keep circling back to is genuinely simple economics. The entire C8 lineup, and the ZR1X specifically, is almost peerless in the current automotive marketplace, and GM has made a deliberate choice to keep production numbers extremely limited rather than meet demand. That scarcity is not an accident or a supply chain failure, it is the entire strategy, and it means that unless you already have a strong relationship with a Corvette-specific dealer, or you are simply prepared to pay well over sticker, getting one anywhere close to MSRP in 2026 is genuinely unlikely. If you are seriously considering a ZR1X, the forum consensus is consistent. Find a dealer with a track record of selling at or near MSRP, get on a list early, and go in expecting either a long wait or a painful premium, because right now there is no realistic third option. The real verdict isn't about the car, it's about the chase. Every spec sheet will tell you the 2026 Corvette ZR1X is a genuinely extraordinary piece of engineering. But the actual story unfolding across dealer lots and forum threads in America right now is about something else entirely. Scarcity, secrecy, six-figure markups, and a car so exclusive that GM itself is quietly working around its own sales process to manage the demand. If you are chasing one, go in with your eyes open, expect allocation delays, expect a markup conversation, and expect that the 12-month retention agreement is real and enforced. The car earns its reputation. The buying experience is a completely different story, and nobody is telling it. If this different kind of review gave you something worth knowing, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. Would you ever pay 6 figures over sticker for a ZR1X? Or is that where you draw the line?